I'm Jen. Thanks so much for checking out my channel, Your Best Work Life. On this channel, we talk about all things that have to do with building the perfect resume, preparing for an interview, and furthering your career goals. If that's something that would be helpful for you, please subscribe below so you see all of my latest videos, and be sure to like and comment with any questions that you have below as well. Today we're going to talk about using LinkedIn and various job boards. If you're already on LinkedIn but not totally sure how you should be using it, make sure to check out my other video, LinkedIn Tips. I'll include it in the comments below so you guys have easy access to that. Okay, let's jump into talking about using LinkedIn and job boards in your career search. So number one is post your resume. Both LinkedIn and the various job boards that are out there are great tools when you're looking for a new job opportunity. So first and foremost, you want to make sure to post your resume. So I've talked about this in some of my other videos, but you want to make sure to get your resume out there, make it known that you're looking for a new opportunity, and position yourself to be found. So I have numerous other videos on writing a resume, where to start with writing a resume, so definitely check those out if you need help with where to start with your resume. But once you have a good, solid, professional, and clean resume put together, you need to put it out there so that companies can find you and know that you're looking and open to new opportunities. Number two, set up a LinkedIn profile that matches your resume. This is really important because as you are applying for new jobs and you send in your resume or you apply on their website and upload your resume, however you're going about that, at the end of the day, almost all potential hiring managers or decision makers are going to look to see if you have a LinkedIn profile. And they're going to be looking not only to see how you're presenting yourself, what you're putting out there, but they're going to be checking to make sure that that LinkedIn profile matches your resume. I have had numerous instances in the past where I had a candidate that I was helping find their next job, and I had a client that ruled them out because their LinkedIn profile didn't match their resume, so they felt that they were being lied to or that this candidate was trying to misrepresent their experience. So you want to make sure you're consistent with what you're putting out there and that you're truthful in what you're sharing about your previous experience. Make sure the company names are correct, your titles were correct, the dates align. All those different things need to be consistent, both on your LinkedIn profile as well as in your resume. Number three, be sure to highlight your key accomplishments. I talk about this so much when it comes to writing your resume, but the same is true when you're using LinkedIn. And then also when you're posting your resume on the job boards, you need to make sure that if a recruiter or a hiring manager is looking at your resume, that they're gonna see that and know immediately what you bring to the table and really what those strengths or those accomplishments are. So it's important that not only your resume highlights these things, but when you're setting up your online presence and you have that LinkedIn profile, that it also highlights those accomplishments. Your LinkedIn profile is usually not going to be as detailed as your resume, so make sure whatever it is that you are articulating about your experience is meaningful and impactful. Number four, use headlines and objectives wisely. So when we're talking about, if you're posting your resume on a job board, sometimes there's different questions that they ask you to fill out a profile. Definitely on LinkedIn, you have a summary section and a headline section on your profile. So you want to use that space wisely. Think about it. You have very little time to really capture somebody's attention when they're looking to hire. I've shared this in the past, usually less than 5 minutes, in many cases less than 2 minutes if you're lucky to have that much time. So you want to have a very clear objective in terms of what you're trying to accomplish. What do you bring to the table? What type of job opportunity are you looking for? Make sure it's clear and make sure it's impactful. If you don't have a statement, whether it be your objective statement or that summary statement that brings value or communicates the value that you bring, it's honestly a waste of space. So think about that and make sure that your headlines and your objectives are being used wisely and that you put some good thought into what you're saying. Number five, be active. So I mean this in a couple different ways. So if we're talking about LinkedIn for a second, LinkedIn is very much like a Facebook in the sense that you can post updates, you can share articles, you can share pictures. Now, don't go too crazy because it drives me nuts when I see that people are posting pictures about what they're doing on the weekend or what they're doing for fun on LinkedIn. That's really not what it's built for. It is a professional network. It is a great way to share any expertise or knowledge that you have in your industry. You can really set yourself up as a subject matter expert and really as a go-to person in your field if you are using and leveraging LinkedIn appropriately. When it comes to the job boards, when I talk about being active, you can't necessarily post or share different things on most job boards, but if you're updating your resume or if you're actively applying for jobs, a lot of times the job board is going to see this person is an active job seeker. And if you're actively engaged in taking certain actions or doing certain activities on the various job boards, if a company is searching for candidates that match their requirements, active candidates show up first. So keep that in mind. If you really are looking actively for a new opportunity, make sure you're maybe refreshing your resume every once in a while, or you're at least actively following companies, applying to new job opportunities, because that will help you in being found more often. So to quickly recap on the 5 things that will help you when you're using LinkedIn and the job boards. Number 1, post your updated resume. Number 2, set up a LinkedIn profile that matches your resume. Number 3, be sure to highlight your key accomplishments in both your resume as well as your LinkedIn profile or any other online profile that you're creating for that matter. Number 4, use headlines and objectives wisely. They are valuable real estate. Make sure you're communicating some value. And number 5, be active. Share relevant content, share your expertise on LinkedIn, and when you're using certain job boards, make sure you're posting an updated resume, that you're staying active with the companies that you're viewing, that you're applying to jobs. It will help you be found more often. I hope this video was helpful for you today. If it was, please be sure to subscribe below so you see all my latest videos. Like, and please drop a comment as well. I'd love to hear any questions you have, or if there's any additional videos that would be helpful for you in your job search. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.